Hello everyone. Welcome back to Technical DD. I hope you all guys are doing well and thank you so much for supporting my channel up till now. In today's video, I will show you how to use information barrier, which is one of the most important topic in Microsoft Purview for restricting communication between two users or multiple users in Microsoft Team Chat, in OneDrive, in SharePoint, etc. etc. So let's first understand what our information barrier is. So information barrier are policies that block communication and collaboration between specific users or group in M365. That means if you want to restrict a specific group to communicate with other group members, then we use the information barrier policy. So this is one of the most important topic inside Microsoft Purview portal, which we are going to look today into a practical approach. Okay, so let's begin with the practical approach now. All right. So mostly information barrier are used in industries like finance, law, or healthcare to prevent conflicts of interest and protect sensitive information between multiple users. Okay, so let's first understand what are the prerequisites of information barrier. So firstly, before you configure information barrier, make sure you all have M365 EPI license or compliance licenses. This is the one of the most important prerequisite. Then next is you must be a global IT admin or compliance admin. Then information barriers are enabled in your tenant. Okay, so we'll talk about this in deep. So firstly, let's look at the other prerequisites which we are having over here. So most important prerequisite is firstly the scope directory search should be enabled. So before you define your organization first information barrier policy, you must enable scope directory search in Microsoft Teams. So what is scope directory search in Microsoft Teams? So if we go over Microsoft Teams over here, so this is a Teams admin center. Under Teams admin center, we go over here under Teams. Then we need to select this search by name, and this option should be enabled. Scope directory using Exchange admin Exchange address book policy should be enabled over here. So this is the first and the most important prerequisite. Now we'll look at the second prerequisite. Verify audit logging is enabled on your tenant. To look up the status of an IB policy, audit logging must be enabled and turned on. So audit logging should be enabled on your tenant. Okay. So now third is check the information barrier mode for your organizations. Okay. So support for multiple segment people discovery options, exchange APPs and other features is determined by IB policy mode in your organization. So that means that there are multiple modes inside information barrier policy, and we are going to look into that. Also, the first most important thing is firstly check if information barrier policy is enabled or not on your tenant. So for that, I will go over here. So firstly, we'll check the information barrier policy is enabled or not. This is the first and most important step. So for checking that, we have some PowerShell commands over here. So firstly, we need to connect with the IPPS session. This will connect eventually with the Microsoft Purview portal. Then we need to run this command. Once we run this command, for us, we have already enabled, and so the output is we got is this one. Information barrier mode is multi-segment, set to multi-segment. And information barrier people search restriction should be enabled over here. This should not be disabled. Always remember that. Okay, if it is disabled, you need to enable it. Okay, and suppose if multi-segment mode is not present over here, and here there is, suppose there is legacy mode, then we need to first make it to legacy mode. Now I will tell you what is the difference between multi-segment mode and the legacy mode. So if you can see modes, we have legacy mode. So what is legacy mode now? Legacy mode is the older information barrier architecture. Basically, it was designed for simpler organization separation, older IB deployments, basic segment relationships. It still works, but Microsoft is moving customers toward multi-segment mode for modern deployments. So nowadays, all of the organizations are using multi-segment mode. Okay. So now let's understand what is the multi-segment mode. Multi-segment mode is a newer mode and more advanced information barrier architecture. A user can belong to multi-segment mode simultaneously, multiple segments simultaneously. That means users in the IB policy can belong to multiple segments. We can define multiple segment at a time. You will understand this in better way as we move forward. So why multi-segment mode is better now? Let's understand that. Multi-segment mode, segments per user, more advanced policy combinations will be there, better support for larger enterprises, easier feature expansion, improved compatibility with new Microsoft features. This is the modern architecture of information barrier policies. So most of the organizations are nowadays using multi-segment mode only. So now let's come to the first part now. So we have already looked at the prerequisites of information barrier policy. So this is the prerequisite we need to firstly check: scope directory search, verify audit logging, and then information barrier should be enabled for your tenant. Okay, so if it is not enabled, then I will show you over here. For one of our tenant, it was not enabled. Once I ran this command, I got this legacy mode, but it was enabled. Okay, so what I have done is I have set this to multi-segment mode. For setting it to multi-segment mode, we need to use this command. Okay, once we have set it to multi-segment mode, again we have ran this command to get the status of that. So we got it as multi-segment mode. All right. Okay, so now I will go into the practical approach over here. So as we have looked at the prerequisite, now we'll move forward towards the creating of segments. So now creating segments for a required domains. So as we are taking an example of two users blocking from Microsoft Teams, means one-to-one chat. So firstly we'll create the segment over here. So I will go on the Microsoft Purview portal. I have already created a segments. I will show you for one of my policy. If I click on solution, you all know, as this is the Purview portal, we have clicked on solution. We are going to the information barrier policy over here. Now you can see segment option is there. Click on segment option. Then firstly we need to create two segments. Okay, two segments is because of, as we are setting up few users in this domain, few users in this domain, or else you can take it as a segment, few users in this segment or few users in this segment, and we need to restrict each other from communication. So if you click on edit, give the name of the domain, segment name. I have just entered here domain A. The next, this is the important part over here, use group filter. So we have used the attribute as mail over here. You can use multiple attribute over here. Suppose if you are having company department, suppose some of your organization having finance and HR department and you want to block them, so you can go department wise. Okay, then I have just used mail attribute over here. I have used my one of this account, which is my admin account. I will click next and just submit. Okay, once it is submitted, segment will be created. Now another segment I have created is as second one is domain B. I have created, given the name. Again I have used mail attribute because I just wanted to restrict these two users. This is my another user. So I will click on next and that's it, save. Okay, so now once the segment is created, what is our next step? Let's come back over here. Once the segment is created, we need to create multiple policies in both the directions. Okay, third step is to create two IB policies for domain A and domain B. Okay, so again we will go back to the Purview portal. Now we'll click over here, click on policy. Now this is very important part. So as you are creating two segments and if you want to block two users, we will need to set up bi-directional policy from A to B and from B to A. That means from user 1 to user second and user second to user first. So I will show you what I have done over here. I will select from domain A to domain B. Communication policy, I have given the name. Edit the policy. This is the name of the policy. Next I will go assign segment for the policy. I have choose domain A over here. Okay. Configure communication and collaboration details. I have choose, again we need to choose same domain over here. Okay. Then I will click next. We need to toggle this on. Click on next, review the setting and submit the policy. Okay, now again we need to create a second policy over here. I will click edit. This is domain B to A now. I have given the name again. Domain B I have selected. We need to select over here domain B now. Then choose segment. Choose segment of communication and collaboration will be allowed over here. Always remember that for multi-segment mode, we need to enable this, keep it as allowed segment only. We will not getting option to choose over here as blocked, because multi-segment mode will only allow you to create allowed policy, not block policy. Always remember that. Choose segment as domain B over here. Again we need to choose same domain. Again I will click on next, set up the policy on, click on next. That's it. Okay, now I will cancel this. Now once we have created these policies, now we need to apply this policy. We'll go step by step. I will come back to our data sheet over here. Once we have created both policies, now fourth step is apply the IB policies. So there are two steps we can apply the IB policies. Firstly, I will tell you, we can apply it from the portal itself by just go to the policy applications and then we need to choose apply policy. We need to click on this apply policy and automatically after a few minutes the policy application will start getting applied. Okay, you can see the status as well. There is one more method we can do it by using the PowerShell. So I'll show you how to do that. So we need to just run this command, start information barrier policy application. Once you run this command and select A, yes to all, it will show like this. Status will firstly not started, then eventually it will under the not started state, then not started again. Then if you can see I have run it again, so the status is completed. That means once the status is showing as completed, that means the policy is now applied to all the segments. That means information barrier policy is now enabled on your tenant. Okay, now how to test this? Okay, so for testing we'll go back over here on the teams, as we have restricted blocking of communication between users on Teams, Microsoft Teams. So I will go over here. Okay, this is my Teams and this is one of my user and this is my another user. So we have restricted this both users. So let's see if we can send message or chat message from this user to this user. Okay, I will click on next, enter. So if you can see now, testing IB policies failed to send. If you can see this error message, this is due to the policy which we have applied. So we have achieved our results over here. Once again I will test it. Again it is failed. So this is how it will restrict communication between two users. This is the very important features if you have large amount of user in segment or bifurcations another different domains, different we can say as some other kind of there are healthcare unit is there, then financial unit is there, different units, we can restrict them from communicating with each other. All right, there is one more method you can choose by using PowerShell. You can see the status of that one. So if you can see over here, you need to run this command: get information barrier recipient status identity first user, identity to second user. Okay, once you run this command, you will get this policy output: is valid true, then scroll down, again is valid is true. Now we need to run this command again: recipient id 1, recipient id 2. That means we are checking if the communication is really blocked or not. So if you can see, all the details of this two segments and policy will be available over here. So the most important parameter we'll look at this one: visibility 1 to 2 false. Okay, communication 1 to 2 false. That means firstly visibility is the user status will be not available from one user 1 to user 2, and communication from 1 to 2 is false. That means as we are not able to send message from one first user to second user, that means communication is blocked. So we have achieved our results over here completely. So at the end, once the policy status is completed, most important thing is allow 30 minutes to 1 hour for the system to start applying these policies. Okay, and it may take up to 24 hours for the complete policy sync into information barrier policy. And you can always run this command: get information barrier recipient status, to check the status. This is the most important point, guys. Please make note that usually it takes up to 24 to 48 hours for the IB policies to get applied. So request to check the policy application status after the above duration if the policy is not got applied. So alright guys, this was it for today, and thank you for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like, share and subscribe to Technical DD for more such Microsoft Purview related and compliance related videos. Stay tuned for more upcoming tutorials on audit logs, DLP policies and Copilot interactions and more Microsoft Purview features. And also do comment on my videos if you want more such related contents. So I will be uploading on my YouTube channel. Thank you again.